Welcome in to DNVR Bets Daily, a weird, lonely, what day is it, Andre? Wednesday edition of the show. No Nuggets tonight. We do have Rockies, and we will talk a little bit of Rockies later.
We're so spoiled.
Last week we said Rockies betting was back on, I think it was probably Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was back.
It was
on Wednesday. Then it was gone again.
They
but
won
now it's
Monday.
back again.
Yeah, it's back.
It's back because we went undefeated that day.
We sure did. Kyle Freeland night.
Yep.
Big Kyle Freeland guys, of course.
We're gonna get into some NFL betting trends and how we feel about them. Are we buying this? Are we selling this? But first, gotta talk about that Nuggets game last night. Whew. Profitable.
Quite. Yeah, because the over ends up hitting, and I mean, I would investigate the Nuggets because that stretch in the fourth with all those turnovers, I think there was a lot of foul play going on. Clearly, that was all Nuggets having action on the over and trying to get the Lakers to play their part in that hitting. Miraculously, it does. The Nuggets also win. You make big money on that, plus 230s. And then miraculously, by a half board, Nikola Jokic hits the prop that mattered most, you said?
Yes.
And for me, Jamal Murray hits the prop that mattered most, the points. That three-pointer over Anthony Davis from, Las Vegas, mind you, they're in Orlando, that was a bonus. But without that, you still would have hit the 25.
Oh, you're talking about the bomb from downtown.
The bomb from downtown.
Oh, that was beautiful.
But even prior to that, we had it. And that was my prop, was they need 25 at the very least. That proved to be quite true.
The three that put him to 25 was that little step back, the first dagger. And so you couldn't have been more right on that one.
Yeah. Luckily, what I was wrong about is not something I waged on, and that was that I predicted the Nuggets would be kind of a comfortable Nuggets game. I did say if the Lakers stormed back, I feared that would be too much for the Nuggets' morale, and that could end the series right there. Nope. Turns out that the Lakers can't hit a jumper to save their lives, and they're actually kind of a bad team.
I love it.
That's my read on it.
I apologized to the Nuggets on the postgame show last night because I said, I was scared. I did not believe when that run was happening. And there's no reason I shouldn't have because they've shown us nothing but mental toughness throughout this. I wish their mental toughness would have kicked in a little faster. But it happens, and they responded in a big way.
Yeah.
We had our guy Harry Urban send us an article from Australia about a punter, as they call them in Australia. Apparently in Australia, a bettor is a punter. You think we can start working that in?
Yeah, we can try.
We call this Punt City?
For all you punters out there, yeah. It flows.
I like it.
It needs to grow on me, but I'm open to it.
Anyways, there's this guy in Australia. I love that they just covered this so great. So he starts with the Lakers to win. Let's see. He bet $228,000 on the Lakers to win $86,000. So he just took the money line.
Yikes.
What an idiot. Anyways.
Remember, most of the public and sharp money was on the Nuggets in this one.
Yes.
The public kind of knew, this isn't going to go 3-zip.
So the Nuggets have a 10-point lead at halftime, right?
Yeah.
So our punter here.
Should have been more. I know we hated it was just 10 at that point.
He takes a buyout. He takes a buyout on his $228,000 to get $97,000. So he's already more than half his way down. He takes the $97,000, puts it on the Nuggets to cover minus 9.5. So again, now he's flipped his bet. He went from being the biggest Lakers fan in the world to the biggest Nuggets fan in the world.
What do we know what that would have won?
Well, we're guessing it's probably minus 110. So we'll say about 90,000. So he would have come out of this with 187. He still would have lost $40,000.
40 G's in the hole. Oh no.
But if you watch the game until the final whistle last night,
which I didn't, Ryan surprised me when he told me about this at the end of the game.
The Nuggets are up 10. He's covering. The Nuggets take a shot clock violation.
Yep.
So there's Andre, 6 seconds left in the game. almost every time you see something like this happen, the other team just passes it in, dribbles it twice, kicks it to the ref, and walks off the court.
Right.
But Alex Caruso, being the little bag that he is, runs it all the way down and lays it in to cover the 9.5 and put our punter here down $228,000.
That is so bad, man.
So rough.
So bad.
Almost as rough as me losing $25 on Nikola Jokic falling 1 point short of his points.
Yeah. Triple-double. Sadly, Jamal put on his point guard hat in that one. Ran the offense more so than Yoke.
Do you feel bad for someone who has $228,000 in their betting account? Because I don't. You lose it all. That first of all, it just can't matter that much to you.
I would love to have their spouse, significant other, loved ones, parents on the podcast. Show. Yes. Yes. Not the punter himself. I have no interest in. Clearly, he has horrible advice. Keep him as far away from me as possible. Yes. I would fly to Mars just to have my juju.
Vibes.
Yes, yes. But if you know anyone related to him, I would love to get in contact.
I love that. Let's do it. If anyone knows the wife of the punter.
Yes. Now, I will say after the Nuggets game, and you guys said this on the DNVR show or the post-game Winners Lounge anyways, anyone who missed that felt very much like the Clippers series. And Hank and I were saying this after Clippers game 3. Yeah, Nuggets are the better team. And not just the Nuggets are the better team in the true definition of team, right? Mm-hmm. I think they're actually the better team, period. They have the better duo. They have the better offense. They have the better shooting. I think they're better conditioned and they're deeper.
Look,
the Lakers have LeBron, who can always turn it on and go to that next level. But with Murray and Jokic at this next level already, the margins are slim for LeBron at this point.
We're always waiting for LeBron to turn it on, right?
Sure, yes.
There's still a chance that it just doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, washed king, this, that, the other thing. He might just not have that turbo boost at this point of the bubble.
At 35, 3 rounds in, without his family, without his entourage, the people he's grown up with, who are really pumping him up. Yeah, legs get tired. He's really counting on AD. I think AD's legs are getting tired. I think the pressure of having LeBron rely on him is getting to him.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever seen Anthony Davis and LeBron James look that sweaty. Like, there was a point in that game where they did some close-up shots on those guys, and they were sucking air and just dripping. Oh, I hit my mic. It was impressive. I like seeing the Nuggets wear them down like that. And D-Line tweeted this out today, like that's a repeatable formula.
Yeah.
And look, will I be surprised if LeBron goes nuclear and steals the next game and maybe closes them out, you know, shortly thereafter?
I expect that at least once. I mean, for LeBron to go nuclear.
Yes. I will not be surprised if LeBron's just like, haha, gotcha, still can do this. You just tip your hat and say that's
totally
the greatest or second greatest of all time. Good job. Right. Thanks for
for enlightening us.
Yes, exactly. Right. But I also won't be surprised if he just doesn't have that gear anymore.
The other thing is, I think it's one thing to play really well against Nikola Jokic in that one game in December that week that you had circled on your calendar and that you got yourself up for. I think it's another one to play Nikola Jokic every other day, and he wears on you, and then you get to Game 7 looking like the Clippers and Jazz, just worn down.
I think the best take I had all of yesterday was we were up here, and it starts with me comparing Nikola Jokic to Peyton Manning. I think there's a lot of similarities between the way that they view their games. Mm-hmm. But I then said, if you gave Peyton Manning a 7-game series, he would have won every championship of his career. I believe
That's exactly right.
I believe that to a T. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone would have ever been able to beat Peyton in a 7-game series. Now, Jokic
Why is that real quick?
Because you can surprise him in a 48-minute sample size. You can't surprise him over a 7-game series. You can throw something at him that he wasn't expecting. You can't do that 7 games in a row in football. Yep. And there's a reason why football is not a 7-game series. Of course. But Jokic, the longer that the series goes on, the more he understands what you're trying to do to him. Now, LeBron James is the same way. LeBron probably knows everything he wants to know about the Nuggets right now. The only difference is Nikola Jokic is 25 and still ascending.
And a bit of a basketball octopus, at least on offense.
Oh, yeah.
There's no option he doesn't really have.
Yeah, the only problem is that he keeps passing to Paul Millsap under the hoop,
Yeah.
who has to finish over Anthony Davis.
In the Clippers series, it was a struggle to get those usual quick passes we get in traffic. In this series, it's been really hard to just get a layup.
Okay, so let's get to the point here.
Can we make a layup?
Let's get to the
please?
point here. Nuggets futures.
Yeah,
what do we have? What's available?
Okay, so the series line is now Nuggets plus 800.
Oh my god, that is so much value.
Such nice money. Nuggets in 6, which of course is RK's big thing, still plus 3,000. Nuggets in 7 plus 1,000. Where I think you have the real value if you're bullish like us on the Nuggets turning this series around. Well, for one, Nuggets NBA championship plus 1,800. Lakers versus the field plus 240. I'm fairly certain the Lakers are not winning.
The field is 240.
Plus 240
Whoa.
to win the NBA title,
I don't.
which is tremendous odds. And here's what I like. Heat versus Nuggets finals matchup plus 1430. Celtics Nuggets plus 1835. I really like Heat Nuggets at plus 14.
There's just not enough value there for me to be jumping.
Well, we should have
two
got
steps
it
ahead
a
of ourselves.
series ago. Yeah, I know.
I think the Nuggets plus 800. So, let me see what you think of this here. I already have Nuggets in 6. That's in my bets. That's already
Yeah.
It's locked in.
Yeah.
So, I guess what I should do here is take Nuggets in 7 at plus 1,000. Those are the only two options.
Yep.
And now I have both bases covered if the Nuggets do come back and win.
Yeah, totally. That's a nice way to go. I think I'll just be sprinkling those two finals matchups. Look, man, I would love to not win money and the Nuggets to go in 6. Fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
This team doesn't make things that easy.
What if they just beat them down, just wear them down more and more each game?
No, I think you're right. I love that.
I'm just hanging on to my Nuggets in 6 bet here, but I think there's a slim path to get there.
Yeah. No, I do think the Lakers are closer to being broken than we maybe think.
It's hard to just believe that internally, just knowing what we know about the Lakers.
But these are not.
Oh, I know.
That's the beauty of this. There's no championship core that can look at each other in the eyes in the locker room and say, hey, remember 18? Remember when we went, we won the final against so-and-so and we had to face overtime in game 6 and we came out of it. No one has that. And the Nuggets are kind of the ones who have it right now. Because, yeah, they haven't won a championship, but they've been through hell and back countless times, and they're not scared of anything.
That's what I tried to tell the Nuggets guys before this series, and it's not like I'm dunking on them now. It's still a 2-1 series, but I just love the fact that the Nuggets have been to hell.
Yeah,
They've seen it, man.
Yes.
And you never see that and come out the same.
And then there's that dynamic. It's more camaraderie. You technically are my boss, but we don't have a boss-employee relationship in the slightest, right?
No.
We're teammates. We're in things 100%.
Yep.
You need me to pick up the slack. I need you to pick up the slack. We get it done. That's the Nuggets.
Even hearing you say that made me uncomfortable.
Right. It doesn't feel like that. The Lakers, LeBron kind of is these dudes' bosses. He runs the Lakers. Yeah. Even though he's not the team owner, he might as well be.
Right. And he's like the owner right now that's telling the top employee, hey, you need to pick it up. We're not going to hit sales this month.
Right.
And,
so,
and
that pressure's different, man.
Bro, you haven't come to work all week.
Right.
What do you mean, me? You.
And he's like, it seems like that. I had a triple-double last night. No one even noticed.
Yeah. I do everything around here.
Right, exactly.
You just don't see it behind the scenes. I'm staying here until midnight.
Right. So I think we're starting to see the cracks, and that dynamic can be real messy.
This fly
I know.
It is in for a harsh and painful death at some point.
Yes, it is. I'm I'm a fly swap master at my home, so
I know.
I'm just trying not to hit these microphones.
Hands it.
I know.
Okay. Now let's get into the NFL. But
Yes.
first,
Yes.
download the DraftKings app today. I mean, you're already late, but there's always something great waiting for you on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's the highest rated sportsbook app in the country, and they just installed dark mode. Man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous stuff.
I think that is going to be what puts me on a hot streak.
At
Like,
least you got back to winning stuff yesterday.
yes, I did. But it's time to get like hot.
Yeah.
It's time to get hot.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna ride the Rockies into this, and I'm gonna will it into existence that they're covering the 26.5.
Yes, I'm with you, man.
So anyways, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code DNVR at sign up. You'll get a sign up bonus up to $1,000. That's a sign up bonus up to $1,000 when you go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code DNVR. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Trey. We're going to play a little buy or sell here. I'm going to let you lead.
Okay.
You give me NFL betting trends or essentially what the numbers are telling you. I'll tell you if I'm buying or selling.
Okay. We're going to start with the most interesting one. Well, maybe not. Buy or sell fading the Vikings. The 0-2 Vikings. They've been my upset pick the last 2 weeks and have failed miserably.
Look, sometimes a team does you so dirty that you just can never forgive them.
It's true.
And that's how I feel about the Vikings this week. It's not like we went that ham on the Vikings, but I just expected them to be in the football game.
I know.
At the worst.
I know.
Oh, I got good contact on the fly.
Nice.
Maybe he'll leave us alone now. They got their asses beat in a way that I just, like, they might crumble.
I know.
They can't protect Kirk Cousins. And that is the beginning, middle, and end of this to me.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins needs to be protected. It's the only way. And he's not being protected. And he's not a guy who creates. He distributes.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins had a 0 passer rating on Sunday. A 0 passer rating on Sunday.
Yeah, so
Dalvin Cook can't do anything because they're down 10, like, before the first quarter is even over.
To answer your question, buy or sell fading the Vikings, buy.
Buy.
At least I'm at least deleting them from my from picking them. I'm not picking them anymore. That's for damn sure.
I know, and the problem here is they host the Tennessee Titans at home. Vegas to start the year had the Titans win total set at 9.5. The Vikings win total set at 8.5. With the home field advantage, the Vikings should actually be favored by 1 to 2 points in this one. Instead, it's the Titans being favored by 2.5. That's where that conundrum is. Buy or sell.
Oh, hold on. You love the Titans, right?
No, I'll be betting on the Vikings once again.
Oh, so you're selling fade the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Tell me why.
I'm not ready. I've just had too many. I need to hold on to my horses in the NFL till about week 5. I just have to.
You're gonna be broke by then.
We'll see. Or the tide will turn.
That's true.
We're so overreactionary in sports, especially in the NFL. I'm really trying to counter that, but man, is it tough.
The NFL does this thing where it never feels like there's time to change things, because you're just like, oh my God, an eighth of the season is already gone. But they also have a week between every game to change things.
Yeah.
So you're right in a sense. But unless that changes, them protecting Kirk Cousins, they're not going to be okay.
No, you're right. And I mean, the Titans are kind of tough to mess. They have a recipe they can go to. They're not a team like the Patriots who can win a variety of ways. But if their right-handed jab is getting you, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you don't have an answer for their first weapon, you're in big trouble.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's where they scare you. Okay, buy or sell the Cowboys are for real after that comeback?
Well, before the season, I believed the Cowboys were
Yes.
for real.
You and I both.
I think it was fluky's not the right word, but they went up against a team that everyone didn't realize how good they were going to be, which is the Rams. And so I kind of throw that one away. Now, halfway through this last game, I was ready to sell Cowboy stock. If it wasn't so low, I might have. And now with them coming back, I think, okay, they might have gotten the boost that they need to now hit their stride. So I am a believer in the Cowboys, but not this week.
Not this week at Seattle, because again, if there's anyone that defies my numbers more than anyone else, it's Russell Wilson.
That is my number one rule. I've come to realize that. I talk about a lot of rules here on the show. The number one rule is never bet against Russell Wilson. It's not, even if you do it, it's not going to be a good time. You're going to be just clutching to whatever you have around you the whole game, hoping he doesn't do something incredible to beat you.
Yes, you're correct. Buy or sell the Colts being favored by double digits against anyone.
Sell.
Sell.
Yes.
Now they face the Jets. That's
Okay.
the toughest test, right? Is there an exception to the rule?
Yes, there's an exception to the rule. Although
Man, the Jets,
I'm actually
dude.
selling the Jets being that bad.
I'm with you.
But I think it's because they're on the Broncos' schedule. And I'm just terrified of the Broncos playing anyone right now.
Oh, wow. I do like that Quinnen Williams had his best game as a pro, and Sam Darnold had one good throw from the highlights I saw. Yeah, that's not too comforting.
Because, if I start trashing the Jets now, then when they beat the Broncos on Thursday Night Football, it looks even worse.
Right.
Not that that's going to happen, but it might.
Dre, your
Crazier things
boy,
happen.
Mekhi Becton was a stud as well.
Mekhi
So
Becton has played very well. It's true. They
So
have
what's going wrong for them?
My 3 draft crushes are doing well. It's the rest of the rosters. The other thing is
and Adam Gase is trash.
Yes. You look at that team, you think, man, that defense could have been world class in defending the middle of the field, which is really where the modern NFL is all played with Jamal Adams, CJ Mosley, and Marcus May. Well, 2 of the 3 are gone. So
There you go.
not much to do. Buy or sell the Chargers under Justin Herbert.
Sell.
Sell. Okay.
I thought that was a classic surprise performance from a quarterback. Now, look, we knew he had tools.
Oh,
And
yeah.
boy, did he look toolsy in that game. But I don't think that's sustainable.
Okay.
It's not going to be that good.
It's an interesting one against the Panthers.
Also, didn't they
this
score
week.
17 points?
Yeah, They're,
So, it
those
felt,
are the only low-scoring games in the NFL thus far.
the fact that they were hanging with the Chiefs made what he was doing feel better, but the output.
Right. It was the defense way
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Also,
Final-
I feel so bad for Tyrod Taylor. Are you kidding me?
Dude. Yeah. We're selling the Chargers medical staff. You can say that much. Buy or sell Minshew Mania and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If you have shares, send them my way. I will take them all.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Minshew, man, I liked him from the start. I thought they were silly to get away. They ruined Minshew Mania last year. This wasn't on Gardner Minshew. This was on the Jaguars because they had a $30 million investment or whatever it was that they wanted to get on the field. And they killed the Minshew mobile.
Yep.
It was cruising along. And then they just came up there and started slashing the tires up. And it never got rolling again once they realized that they were being idiots.
Right.
This year, there's no stopping it. And he's efficient. What more could you want? And he also has swagger.
Yeah.
He's like a game manager with a superstar mojo.
it's not just that, and it's a sneaky good group of skill position players now
Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
DJ Chark's
fits
playing
in.
awesome. Laviska Shenault is
Laviska's
playing
great.
great, and he's been healthy. And so all those around him, I mean, he doesn't have to throw the ball 40 yards downfield into a perfect basket. He gets guys open in space, and they do their work. It's a perfect. Even Robinson, their new running back, who has turned out to be a great pass catching back.
Yeah.
They're really.
They're doing Washington State things.
Yes.
It's benefiting the line more, and getting rid of Leonard Fournette was so key for that. They had an I formation running back and a spread quarterback.
Yeah.
Now everyone is spread around the spread quarterback, and it's working marvelously.
I love Minshew, dude.
Because we've got a trash Florida Derby coming up tomorrow, so I won't spoil that too much. But I think we're on the same lines with.
Are they
Minshew
going to be
Mania.
underdog? No, they're going to be
No,
favorites.
no. But they're at home, and they're just getting the standard home dog 3 points.
Home fave.
Yeah,
3
home
points.
fave. Yeah.
Love that. Oh my god.
Especially
Sorry,
with Byron Jones being out this week.
Yeah.
I mean, just especially with Gardner Minshew and Laviska. Like they're my adopted team, I think, because like I always add some teams
Right.
to my
Yeah.
betting. Last year it was the Cardinals. They were always more underdogs than they should have been.
Right.
Kyler kept them in every game. That's gonna be my I'm gonna love. I mean, they have Visca first of all.
Yeah.
And as long as he's healthy, touch wood, he's gonna make plays. Love them.
Yeah, no, they're great. That's a good one. So yeah, those are the outliers for my numbers. So yeah,
Okay, how about this? Buy or sell the Denver Broncos without Drew Lock, and I mean against the spread. Is it one of those things where it's like it's gonna take Vegas a little bit to realize how much they needed Drew Lock, or is it one of those things where it's like, no, this defense and just overall nucleus is good enough to keep them in football games like they did this last weekend?
I'm selling. We'll get into the Bucks preview. Now, how Driscoll played does give me
Drizzle,
some pause, but I think it's kind of what you were saying with Herbert.
Yes, the one thing I'll say is he threw dimes, and I didn't know he had that in him. He dropped a couple dimes.
Dudes are getting open.
Yeah.
Like, this is not last year's offense. Dudes are getting open and can really devour one-on-one matchups on this offense.
Look,
This has not been the case for many years in Denver.
in terms of separation, creating separation,
Yes.
forget about Cortland Sutton. The combination of Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, and Noah Fant gets more separation than anything we've seen in Denver in a while.
And with the guy who struggles with ball placement and is sailing some throws or leading guys right into like
Ball down.
terrible hits, that's giving him that separation is key.
You know when the catcher stands up and he tells us, "Damn, that's what I'm doing to Driscoll the whole game. Bring the ball down. What are you
It's
doing?"
really true.
I'm not quite ready to sell on the Broncos, just because they've been in games and they continued to be in games and they've played two really good opponents. So I need more information.
Yes, that's the thing. And I don't buy the Bucks at all,
What if
offensively at least.
the narrative on the
They're beat up.
Broncos will do a full-on backflip this week if they just win a home game against a statue quarterback?
Yeah, but
I realize it's going to be difficult, but
Can
if
they
you're
get
1-2,
pressure?
I said it on the Broncos pod. If you're 1-2, it's the same thing as the Nuggets right now. Okay, we gave two away. We've got one back, and now we're feeling a lot better. Oh, and unlike the Nuggets, they don't have to go play the Lakers after that. They get to play the Jets.
The three games after this are all against AFC East opponents too. You've got Jets, Pats, Dolphins. If you can win this game, 2 of 3 of those are very winnable. Then you're going into then Chiefs are coming to you at home, and you're 500.
And
That's very doable.
And you probably have Drew back.
yep. And I mean, they're a good bad team, as their 2-0 against the spread would suggest.
Yes,
they're a
exactly.
good bad team. They're
They're not a bad team. They're
They're
a
a
good team.
tough team to bet on, man.
Yeah, they're a good team that lost all of their players. That is now
Also,
a
right.
below average team.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they are.
Right. What we're finding now is they were a good team with a lack of depth, and the injuries in a season like this has just killed them.
Is it still at 6.5? The line for this weekend?
6 last I checked this earlier today.
Okay, let me look. Because I think that's going the other way soon.
You do.
I mean, the public looks at this game and says the Broncos have no quarterback, and the other side has Tom Brady.
Yeah,
right?
no, I mean, I'd think that too. I'd think at least 7.
So it's at 6. I think it goes up over a touchdown before kickoff. So just be patient.
I
on
would
that
think
one.
so too. I would think so too.
Also, over 43.5. Too high.
Yeah, that's an under. Both these pretty good defenses.
Although last week was an over, 47.
Yeah, with Driscoll too. Who would have thunk it?
Although, what was the over? Was it sub 47? It had to have been, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 43.5.
All right.
Eastern Conference Finals. Who you got? Public really likes the Celtics. The public just thinks like, oh, the team that's down will come back and win. Which I guess is without home court, that's not a terrible way to go about it.
I can't bet against my guy Duncan Robinson.
I'm a big Tyler Hero guy myself. I cannot bet against him.
Duncan Robinson is like the new version of my favorite style of NBA player.
You've heard his story.
No. Well, just that he was undrafted and, came from...
I mean,
what?
not even undrafted. Like, couldn't start on his high school team, couldn't make a college team, like couldn't play at Michigan. It's absurd that this guy's in the NBA, one of the 300 best basketball players in the world right now. It's insane.
And the
not
best
one of the
shooter that's still playing.
Right, like one of the top 100 is more like it.
He's so
wild.
dope.
It's wild.
I would consider getting, that Miami Vice jersey that they have. That one. So Duncan Robinson,
I can see you rocking that.
I would probably only rock it like on vacation, but that's a good vacation jersey.
You can get him over 10.5. Tyler Hero's 14.5.
See, that's something I'm interested in betting on.
So streaky. The 14.5.
He might hit 4 threes in the first quarter.
Which of our favorite 3-point shooters on the Heat are we talking about?
Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
I only talk about Duncan Robinson.
Oh, okay, good.
What's his over/under on threes? It has to be 3.5, right? If the number's at 12 for his points.
2.5. Minus 152.
Excuse me?
2.5. Minus 152. Tyler Hero set at 2.5 plus 110. What? Guys, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll be hitting that Duncan.
We're having some
Robinson
fun. I mean, we got to start watching these and scouting these guys out, man.
It's true.
We were so caught up in these LA matchups. No one realized there's a generational change going on in the NBA. I mean, Heat, Nuggets, Celtics, these guys could be contending for titles for quite a bit.
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
I also like that the Heat did it the right way this time, for the most part.
Yeah, it's allowed.
Yeah.
What they did is allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, only difference is both Celtics and Heat do have one veteran superstar. We have none. No Kemba, no Jimmy holding us back, decreasing our window here.
Window's wide open.
Wide open,
But
baby.
it might never be as open as it is right now.
Yeah. I mean, right now they basically have a blank lottery check in MPJ.
I know, but also
That's the great. The windows.
They have something about the Lakers solved, and on the other side, you're not running into some sort of mismatch nightmare like a Giannis that is just gonna change everything you want to do.
Right.
Like you just have to win this and then just play good basketball in the finals.
Crazy.
You don't even have to change anything about what you do for the most part. You can just be you.
I feel like I'm crazy right now, considering the Nuggets going to the NBA Finals and even winning it.
I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
But that's the
what
situation we're in.
We have to look at.
Situation we're in.
It's our job to look into the future here.
Damn straight. Yes.
Well, if only we could have seen all those injuries to the Broncos coming, we would have saved ourselves some money.
Truly. It's a Castellani night for the Rockies in San Francisco. Caleb Berger starting for the Giants. He's been a reliever thus far. Good one, but a reliever. With that matchup, I like the Rockies at plus 163. I like the Rockies offense to go over 3.5 runs. What odds was I getting that? Minus 115.
Okay.
Easy breezy.
Yeah. I like that money line.
Yeah.
Let's be big Rockies fans. I mean, not that we're not always big Rockies fans, but
3 wins away.
let's get some investment here.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's question. Let's say you have, just for argument's sake, you have $100 on the Rockies over 26.5. Mm-hmm. Let's say they get 26 going into game 60. Are you going to hedge?
Oh, man. I'd have to see the pitching matchup and stuff, but yes, I'm going to hedge.
So you hedge to try and make sure you come out with something.
Yeah.
DraftKings?
Because I mean, you got that at what, like minus 110, right? So it's not like crazy money.
It's not. You would hope that for some reason, like the Diamondbacks are starting some guy from the minor leagues or something, and they're like plus 220, and you can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be really nice. But it rarely works out that way.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The Rockies will probably be underdogs, and.
So that's what I do. I probably wait the game out, hope that they can get to an early lead. The live hedge improving my odds, but That's a toughie.
That's scary.
That's always a toughie.
I'm already getting anxious thinking about this.
I know.
Let's get a win tonight, though. Let's get a win tonight.
Let's go. Let's go.
The castle, baby. The king. All right.
Be done.
It's going to wrap it up for us today on DNVR Bets Daily. Thanks for tuning in. We will, of course, be right back with you. Same time, same place tomorrow afternoon.